Good morning, folks. G-Rift here. Back on One Piece Wednesday number 2. Here to talk to you about my favorite Straw Hat, Roronoa Zoro. Now, Chapter 1037 is on the horizon in what feels like the longest break One Piece has ever taken. I swear, these spoilers have not come out quick enough for this manga. I don't know if it's this deep freeze we've had in Canada that's literally made time slow down, but this has felt like the world's longest break. But Chapter 1036, we had some pretty wild battles go on. We had a little bit of Sanji versus Queen wrapping up, which is neither here nor there. I'm not a big fan of either of them. But then we had the man himself, Zoro, fighting King in a beautiful end panel where he slices that fire dragon quite literally in half. Pretty hyped to see this hit Crunchyroll. I'm sure it's going to be animated beautifully like the rest of it. But let's talk a little bit about that. I'm thinking maybe it could just be the way the chapters are setting up, and we got to progress through this pretty quickly. There's quite a bit to go through in the Wano arc, but I just feel like these fights are going by quick. Like, Kaido's supposed to be this top-tier competitor, which, if you count all the folks he's been fighting, all the scabbers, everybody that he's come toe-to-toe with, he's living up to this 1v1 beast. I mean, him and Luffy are on the roof right now. Not really while we're here. But these other guys, like Queen and King, yeah, sure, they look badass. They got some strong moves, but man, this Luffy facing Katakuri was a far more developed, stronger fight, which I understand why it had to progress the main character, the Shonen curse. But these fights, like, Zoro didn't even have a flashback against King. How can you power up in a Shonen anime with no flashback? It doesn't even make sense. He hasn't even opened his eye at all yet, and he still beat King. So, my boy the Moss Head is not even at full power, taking on the strongest 1v1 in the world's second in command. And if the way Oda writes things is representative of everything, in terms of sheer power versus actual ability or combat skill, King would probably have to be up there. Just that's how it seems to work. With Big Mom, you had Katakuri, both very technical fighters. Big Mom maybe not quite getting the respect she deserves, but yeah, not that I think Zoro doesn't deserve the W. I just feel like it's way too quick. Like, shit, he fought the first half of the series injured, near death, trained with Mihawk for 2 years fighting fucking monkeys, and now he's fighting a pterodactyl that can stretch his head out, and he's got the win without even being at full power. So, I'm not sure what to think. He's got to get the second sword. The Sandaiki Tetsu, the second one, has been shown to be here. He has Enma now, which is training his Haki, which is a power-up. But does the eye mean nothing? Is that essentially nothing? I get this. Maybe this has turned into a bit more of a theory video, but I'm very interested in just how far Zoro can take it, because I think, based on what we saw in Thriller Bark, where he took on all of Luffy's pain, absolutely nothing. Maybe the greatest anime scene ever written. It's up there. I think Zoro, in the physical capabilities, potentially maybe is stronger than Luffy in the withstanding, the endurance aspect of it. Maybe not, he can't punch harder and move as fast, but over time, he could do more damage, because he could last longer in said fight. That's just my thoughts on this. So, where does this guy cap? If he's taken out King, all the battles he's kind of had in the New World, he's just been essentially twiddling his thumbs. He's been fighting. He cut up a freaking mountain into pieces in the air with no footing, which means he couldn't use his legs in it, and we all know Zoro's a big old beefcake. He's a meathead. So you're telling me he had half his body rendered useless while flying through the air, and he still diced up a mountain and beat it without breaking a sweat? It makes sense that he could potentially be on King's level, but he cut in Wano, he cut that whole shack with his little knife. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. But then he's fighting two people on a bridge. He gets stabbed once and he goes unconscious because he was poisoned. That could very well be legitimate, depending how strong the poison was, or there's no way he was rendered unconscious by that attack. Look at the damage he had fought through pre-time skip. This man's a total beast. I don't think he's deserved these nerfs. I think you even watch the non-canon stuff, the movies, like movie Gold. They basically took him right out of the gate right away and had him strapped. The mission was to rescue Zoro. Why? Is he like what is he hiding? There's got to be some sort of secrets. Is it that he's going to get this second generation Slayer while leaving the Sandaiki Tetsu, the first one, back? Is he going to replace it? Is he going to take his Waruichi Monji and leave it there as a namesake to Kuina, right? Her grandfather's from here. Maybe her grave is somehow here as well, and he leaves it as memorandum to the family. Then he walks away with the first and second demon slaying swords, the Sandaiki Tetsus, and Enma. Who knows what's going to happen at this point? It's pure speculation, but this man is straight beast. Now, the Luffy-Kaido fight could come to an end. I know lots of people want Zoro to beat Kaido. I want Zoro to beat Kaido. But I think for story-wise, it doesn't make sense. Brute force-wise, maybe in the future. I've always kind of had this theory where, now Sanji's finally saying, do you want me to be a heartless fighter who hits women? I've always kind of had this theory that going forward, these big three of the Straw Hats were going to take on Yonkos themselves. Maybe Luffy fights Blackbeard or Shanks, however that's going to work out. Zoro takes Kaido to fulfill this dragon head cutting philosophy that's been in a different manga entirely and foreshadowed. And then Sanji fights Big Mom, kind of as penance to Pudding, but also to overcome that aspect of himself where he's putting Luffy before his own beliefs, as Zoro already has. I think that would be amazing. I don't know if that would ever happen. It seems a bit far-fetched, but after seeing that one chapter there. But yeah, 1036 was good. I personally feel like we're flying through this Wano arc a little too quick here. They're both at the limit of their power, and we had 2 chapters with them fighting. I'm hoping they expand this in the anime, because I think Zoro has a lot more left to give than what is being put down on the paper. I think he's got a lot more left to show than what has been shown on the paper, and I'm really excited to see where this Marimo takes himself going forward. We obviously know Shiryu of the Rain, invisible, so he's going to have to learn some sort of sensory hockey, like to be on Sanji's level. Sanji's kind of the master in the sensory, Zoro in the armament, Luffy in the conquerors, that sort of thing. So it'll be nice to see that technical skill, and whoever he ends up fighting out of Shanks' group, which could very well be Mihawk, if you believe in that theory. So, yeah, it's exciting. Thanks for stopping by on One Piece Wednesday here. Hopefully this is a saga we can go into, and maybe we'll start looking into theories, talking about theories, making theories. Who knows? But just wanted to start these first couple out to let you know where I stand. I'm Team Zoro. I'm Team Green. I got nothing against El Diablo Jambe Sanji over there, curly brow. But I mean, this is the guy to watch out for. I think the philosophy of Zoro as a character himself is more interesting than anybody else in the Straw Hats. I think some of the stuff he's shown and how he walks around, he carries himself, with the whole Usopp thing, with him saying, hey, if you let him walk all over you like this, I'm done. So I don't know if Zoro knows what happened in Whole Cake Island, where Sanji beat the piss out of Luffy and never really apologized. I would be very interested to see, as Zoro is also the only other Straw Hat to be considered a supernova himself, which I think is a great honor to be held in those regards. I don't think the other supernovas are that over-the-top powerful. You have Bonnie, who obviously has some history, some details about her that we're going to find out going forward, however that's going to work. But yeah, keep your eye on this green bad boy here as he slices and dices his way through these next couple hundred chapters. We're getting closer to the end of the series here, probably less than a decade, and there's still a lot of development, a lot of things we got to keep going on. So yeah, Zoro for the win, boys. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.